At the wake, we see that everyone there, all of the guests there, are kind of staring at Sofia, including, I think this blonde woman is Luca's wife. So they're whispering, I can't believe she's out. And it's funny because all of these people are affiliated with the Falcone family. So even if they're not in the crime world, they've probably taken bribes and shit like that. So these people most likely aren't good people, but Sophia is so terrifying that they're whispering about her. We see Sophia just start eating food with her bare hands. That seems like this little character quirk that she has, right? When she was having lunch with Oz, she was also just eating with her hands.
I think it's both a coping mechanism, but also probably something that she had to do at Arkham. So it
Yeah.
might just be that instinct coming back to her, right? It's clear that everybody's terrified of her. This cannot be good for her trauma flashbacks that she keeps having. And I think in her head, she's slowly learning that like fear and power are a fine replacement for the lack of respect and regard that people are giving her and what they already think of her. Not only as an ex-con, suspected murderer, the fact that there's this House of Dragon vibe that pops up whenever she's around the older men of power in this family, where they're trying to just keep her away from any position of influence at all costs.
Yeah, I like that it's better to be feared than loved reference you brought up because the Bronx Tale, right? Doesn't Sonny the mobster tells the young kid, he tells him, look, if you're gonna choose one between fear and love, like it's better to be feared, right? I'm pretty sure he says that. I think that popped up on the timeline.
It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared.
She has this interaction with this woman named Carla, who is her cousin, right? So
Yep.
Carla at first gives Sophia a hug. She doesn't seem to be too afraid of Sophia and is like giving her compliments and all of that and is treating her very warmly. They go way back. They used to hang out on Lake Como and hang out with these quote unquote horny Italian boys, I guess. It's what she says. And then Carla's like, look, we should do a girls' trip one of these days. And then out of nowhere, Carla's daughter approaches. And then when her daughter, Gia, who's like, she's got to be like 9 or 10, when Gia pulls up, this scene gets kind of tense. And then out of nowhere, Carla gets really scared. And I think it's like this scene when she realizes, like, look, Sofia Falcone is a monster. Sophia kind of fixes something that's in Gia's hair. It's called a barrette or something. I'm not really too sure. But either way, it's very tense. Gia's uncomfortable. And then Sophia actually drops a few, like, casual threats to Carla, like, make sure you keep your daughter safe. Like, the women in this family, we got to be really careful and stuff. Just very, very, very sketchy shit.
You could draw some parallels to when Oz is called Penguin by Vidi earlier in the episode to when Carla holds Gia a little bit tighter when Sophia gets near her, right? It's like a blatant moment of disrespect. Might be because Sophia does have those murder accusations. The victims are all women, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 7 women. Yep, 7 women.
Both of these characters have scores to settle. First of all, brilliant job. Sophia has been one of the most compelling characters in the show. So I really like how they're sort of working in how the world sees her as her main enemy. Like she doesn't actually have real enemies. Nobody's actually gunning for her. It's just the way that the rest of the world treats her and sees her that she's just never going to be okay with.
Yeah, that's a great fucking call. You're right, because she could come out and everyone obviously is afraid of her, but she's still the rich daughter of Carbine, right? She could just roll around the city, do whatever the fuck she wants. She's loaded. She's all set if she wants it to be that way.